needs to have a life now, even if he can't remember his life then.
New tonight, a Pennsylvania man was discovered unconscious in an Orlando restroom.
He had no ID, no cell phone, and no immediate family, and he has no idea who he is. He's been medically diagnosed with amnesia, and now someone from his past is trying to help him rediscover who he is.
Brian Roach from our sister station in Pennsylvania has his story.
He doesn't know who he is. He knows who he has been told he is.
He's been told his name is Daryl Powell.
Daryl grew up in Middletown, and he was in the class of 1995 from Middletown Area High School.
But now Daryl is a man without any memories of his past, but part of his past is Abby Knob.
I think the last contact I had with Daryl was around 2014.
Abby Knob is Daryl's ex-wife. They divorced in 2013. Now, Abby is Daryl's main connection to his forgotten life. On September the 8th, Daryl was found unconscious in a Wawa restroom in Orlando, Florida. He was taken to the hospital as a John Doe. No wallet, no cell phone, no identification at all.
And after he had been in the hospital for 8 days, the police came and took a picture of him and ran facial recognition software, were able to find his Pennsylvania driver's license online.
And that's how police connected Daryl with Abby.
They landed on me because basically his parents have passed away and there is no one else.
Daryl has no children, no family, and now he has a medically diagnosed case of amnesia caused by a brain aneurysm that doctors discovered. Abby, who could just walk away from this whole thing, says that's not going to happen.
I'm not taking that stance, and everyone in my life, my family members, the people that I love, all understand and support me in doing this because they know that this is who I am.
Abby's appointed herself as Daryl's detective of sorts, trying to piece together his life, trying to determine how and why he got from Pennsylvania to Florida before he was found September the 8th.
The last I knew, he was living in Camp Hill. However, his driver's license said that he was living in Erie.
Abby has learned that Daryl had an apartment in Erie with his rent paid through last July. She also determined that in July, Daryl rented a car in Erie, which has been found in Florida. An invoice she discovered shows that Daryl booked a cruise out of Miami from August the 3rd to the 10th. At this point, it's unknown if he actually went on that cruise.
Wow, that was Brian Roach reporting. The story continues to develop every day. Right now, Daryl is back in Pennsylvania, living in a shelter.